Okay, I'm making this video to follow up with my previous videos regarding the Pixhack flight controller that I previously originally started off with this using a 4-in-1 ESC from Iflight. Unsuccessful. I did everything I could possibly do. Switching to the auxiliary channels, so I just kind of figured, okay, well maybe because it's a 4-in-1 ESC and Pixhacks always have issues with them, well let's just try some Opto TREX BlHeli 32 ESCs, which I was successfully able to use the Pilot BlHeli 32 Passthrough, but I was unsuccessful with the flight. So I went back to old school. I got a set of 40 amp standard linear ESCs, and we have 5010 360 kV motors, JMT. See, with a 14-inch prop. And the problem is, and I'm running a Turnigy 4S 5200 mAh 35C LiPo battery. So every time I try and get off the ground, I'm going to show you what happens. I'm inside right now because it's super windy out, but I think I'll be fine. I know that we'll be fine here. I'm not going to hurt anything, and so I'm going to turn it on and fly it. Try and fly it indoors. Problem is, at about 3/4, almost, full throttle, almost full throttle, it barely is even lifting off the ground. And it always seems to, once I get the stick to about right there, well, that's a little bit over, this is when it begins to attempt to take off. So I have not yet successfully taken off. It's always just tipped over and went right into the grass. So, and I've calibrated the ESCs like 17 different thousand times, and still no luck. The ESCs are beeping right now because I'm using an old style ESC, and that currently there's no PWM values going to the flight controller, so it thinks, because the safety button is not pressed, so it thinks there's an issue, but there really isn't. Okay, so it looks like we're almost ready here. See, after you push the safety button, you're good. Okay, let's arm it. Okay, she arms. Maybe I'm going to move back just a little bit here. Half throttle. More than half throttle. And this is when she'll start to tip, see? And then I have to try and compensate. But regardless, we're not trying to fly in here or break propellers, so this is where I'm at. Geez, I hope I just didn't block all that. I'm sorry if I did. But this is currently where I'm at. That noise is so annoying. So, what I'm thinking is, this thing is pretty heavy, right? I don't know the exact weight, but I'm sure it's in pounds. These motors, I flew the same frame with 920 kV motors with 10-inch props. And it actually flew, but I only got about a minute of very sketchy flight time. So that's when I'm like, alright, I'm going to get some bigger motors, bigger props. I mean, a 4S 5200 mAh 50C LiPo battery should theoretically make this thing fly with, ease here. But I'm just having issues. I don't know if I'm using too big of a prop or if my battery is simply just not powerful enough. All the thrust calculations work out from the kV of the motor, the size of the prop, and the battery on paper work out. So I don't know if anybody's had issues like this, but just wanted to give an update that I did get it to actually spin the motors. Before it was just arming, and the motors would only spin at arm speed, would not spin at anything above arm speed, which was extremely frustrating. So if anybody has any idea of how to fix this, whether it's simple as a motor, or simple as a bigger battery. Maybe I do have another 5200 milliamp 4S LiPo. It's at a lower C rating. I was thinking about maybe running them in parallel. Just waiting for it to charge. But any input would be greatly helpful, as I'm sure many of you know, figuring this stuff out is very frustrating and very time consuming. I appreciate it.